Today's Rant, July 25th, 2010. Those who still oppose the recently implemented Arizona immigration law AB1070, yet still have not read the law or understand it, are either bigots, lockstep liberals, or outright idiots. These so-called political hacks who have publicly ranted against this law after reading and understanding it are shamefully trying to polarize this ailing nation. It has even been reported that the Obama administration has gone so far as assisting La Raza, a known racist organization, by inflating actual protest numbers at anti-AB1070 rallies all over the country. This political scheme was accomplished by mobilizing and bussing in various labor union members and professional protesters. Despite the slanted view that may be reported by the mainstream media, Arizona voters support the state's new immigration law more than ever, with 71% in favor of it. So why would this administration, once again, go against the will of the majority in this country? Just listen to what Mr. Obama has to say about the majority will of the people in Arizona.
In fact, I've instructed members of my administration to closely monitor the situation and examine the civil rights and other implications of this legislation. But if we continue to fail to act at a federal level, we will continue to see misguided efforts opening up around the country.
This political maneuvering is an unethical attempt to pump up the minority voting base for an out-of-touch Democratic Party. All the current national polling indicates that all Democrats are in a tough spot maintaining a majority over the Republicans. The Democrats stand to lose up to 9 seats in the Senate this November. Congress will be shaken up too, and they know this. The Democrats are in dire need of some help at the polls, and in their twisted political minds, the race card may be the big-ticket item to mobilize their liberal base and minorities. Here's the question you should ask yourself. Why is the government challenging this legislation if it is based on federal law and is actually less stringent than that law? Where was the outrage when the federal legislation was passed? The U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder is aware that there is a specific clause that disallows racial profiling within AB 1070. This makes a legal argument moot. The White House rhetoric has been all about racial profiling to the public, but a media-launched political bait-and-switch scheme is being attempted to block the Arizona law. Amazingly, this administration is claiming that Arizona is infringing upon federal government's right to enforce federal law. The only reason Arizona moved forward on this issue was because the federal government wouldn't enforce its own legislation. Ironic, isn't it? Racial defamation is a political propaganda tool unethically being used by this administration and is the only reason they are going after Arizona. Pure politics. Case in point for their agenda is the recent 2008 Black Panther voter intimidation charges that were recently dropped by Attorney General Eric Holder. In February 2009, in a speech recognizing Black History Month, this social progressive stated that we Americans are a nation of cowards. Listen to his own words.
To get to the heart of this country, one must examine its racial soul. Though this nation has proudly thought of itself as an ethnic melting pot, in things racial, we have always been, and we, I believe, continue to be, in too many ways, essentially a nation of cowards.
Mr. Holder forgot the contents of his own rhetoric when he dropped all charges on this polling site intimidation complaint. Maybe his caustic speech on American cowardice only applies to non-minorities or non-Democrats. More than likely, a deal was struck with the NAACP Legal Defense Fund and the Black Panthers in a closed-door meeting prior to his decision. Coincidentally, mere weeks after the White House approved the decision to drop the Black Panther charges, the NAACP announced a resolution against the Tea Party movement, declaring that movement racist. Another dubious coincidence has First Lady Michelle Obama speaking at an NAACP meeting the day before that announcement. There sure are a lot of coincidences here, or maybe a pattern. The NAACP has yet to provide any proof or example of racist behavior to validate their decision. The Obama administration has not denied any meetings with both radical groups nor denounced the NAACP's position as polarizing. Looks like Chicago-style politics again. Can you say, Blago? If you are an American, never apologize for being an American. I'm DJ3M2, and that's my opinion.